E3 predictions. What do we think is going to happen this year? Hi everybody, welcome back to Daily Gamer Opinion. I am Joe the Widget, and I am joined by my good friend, Justin Blatecki. He's been with me on numerous podcasts, and he's even on my new one, Internet Stupidity. And a good friend of mine for many years, and an avid gamer. Hey, Justin.
Hello.
This man here...
It's really dark.
Yeah.
There we go.
This man here is very big into strategy games and things like that. Games that I don't normally play.
Yes, very much strategy games. Trying to fix my light problem. There we go.
Anyway, so we're going to be talking about E3. E3 is coming up in a couple months, and it's the biggest trade show on the planet. Video game industry is now the #1 entertainment industry in the world. It surpassed porn 3 years ago, which is a big deal. Bigger than movies, TV, you name it, music even. It is the biggest entertainment industry in terms of revenue. So, E3 stands to reason is the biggest trade show on the planet. Now, E3 is a different kind of trade show than PAX and PAX East. PAX is what we call a consumer trade show. It's all focused towards the consumer, us, the players. E3 is an industry trade show, which means only members of the press and members of the industry are permitted.
Till this year.
Oh, they opened it up this year?
They opened it up this year. I think they only opened up like 300 tickets to the public.
Wow.
I think they went on sale like last week. They were like
sold out in 3 seconds flat.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly when they were supposed to sell out or when they were supposed to go on sale, but I knew there wasn't like a lot. There was only like 200 or 300 they opened up to the public, and they were like $600 a pop or something like that.
I've been to E3 4 times, and all 4 times as a member of development. And it's crazy. It is absolutely insane. I've been to PAX and PAX East numerous times, and they don't compare to what E3 does. And E3 has gotten bigger. It now spans an entire city block. And then some. Yeah, and then some. Not just a convention center anymore. It's massive. And the big thing about E3 is that the E3 dates are just for the actual trade show floor. 2 to 3 days prior is when the real events occur. That's when all the real press happens, all the news-making events occur, and that's what we call the pressers, or the press events. Normally, you'll see Sony, Nintendo, and of course Microsoft there, but then you'll get the biggest first party / third party developers. First party is basically publisher. They're the ones that publish the title. Third party is developer, non-publish. So third party companies will usually develop a game for a first party developer. But most of the time, you'll see only first party in these big press events, because they'll show all the games and titles that they are, funding or publishing for these smaller companies. And lately, we've been seeing a lot of Square Enix. We've been seeing Bethesda, which is amazing. They've only had, for the first time in history, the last 2 they've done. And the first one was the biggest talked about presser event in history. And that was 2015, their first one. And that's when they announced Fallout 4 and a whole bunch of other things that went nuts. So I want to talk... Me and Justin are both big fans of Bethesda.
No, not at all. No, nope,
never.
No. I don't have countless hours logged into any Elder Scrolls game or any Fallout game. No.
Yeah,
no.
Right.
What are those games again?
No idea. Anyway, so we're going to start with Bethesda really quick here. I actually hold NDAs with Bethesda, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I actually know what's happening. So, Justin, what do you think is going to happen?
I have a feeling... I don't know if we'll see any true game footage of it yet, but I have a feeling we will get definitely teased at least Elder Scrolls 6. It is in that time period of where we should start seeing something about it, possibly.
Okay.
I won't say it will be released this year. I don't think it would I don't think it will be anything like Fallout because I don't think.
Okay, well, I don't know about this for sure, but I'm saying it is going to be released in fourth quarter this year.
Yeah.
They're going to do the same thing that they did Fallout, and they do it consistently every 6 years, right?
Yeah. This is their time period for.
This is the time
Elder
period.
Scrolls.
Elder
Yeah.
Scrolls 6 is coming out. And they're going to do it the same way they did Fallout 4, where they're going to say, not only are we showing you all this good stuff, but it's coming out in 2 months, and everyone's going to go lose their mind, and like their brains are going to explode, and they're going to have the cleanup crew is going to have a big mess to clean up from all the wet pants and things like that.
I don't know which one their minds will explode more over, but I have a feeling the other one will be in our next company we'll talk about. So
I know that ZeniMax, which is the online version, and see, here's the thing about Bethesda, guys. Bethesda's only a subdivision of the
Yes.
company. ZeniMax Studios is the actual company.
yes,
ZeniMax Studios has 3 different subdivisions. The 2 most popular ones now is Bethesda Studios and ZeniMax Online.
yes,
ZeniMax Online
And-
produced ESO. They
Yep.
have been working on a project for the last 4 years in top secret. I know what this project is, and I
Cough,
think
cough.
they're going to be announcing it this year.
I have a feeling I know what it is because they've been teasing it off and on for
Yeah,
years.
what do you think it is?
Like the Elder Scrolls one, but
What do you think?
I think it's going to be Fallout Online. There's
Fair enough.
that's almost like the next step.
So would you
for what-
would you just lose your crap if that happened?
If they announced both of them, I think Bethesda would have the biggest press release of the year.
Probably
If they
of all
only-
time. I think they would surpass the first one.
Oh, they would definitely surpass the first one. I don't know if it would. If they only announced one of them, I don't know if they would have the biggest one this year. It kind of depends on what happens with another press release that's probably going to happen.
Okay. I know that they're going to be showing more on their new upcoming shooter that I am super excited about. The first game I ever worked on was Quake 3 Arena.
Oh yeah, I was like their shooter. Oh,
Bethesda has
they
the
took over
license to do a class shooter. A class shooter is basically the same thing as Overwatch and Team Fortress 2. And it's going to be called Quake Champions, I think?
Yeah, I think that's what they said last year. I don't know if they planned on changing the title or anything for it. I think that's what's trademarked though is Quake Champions.
It's going to be a raw, nitty-gritty, in-your-face shooter that's going to be a class shooter. It's going to make Overwatch look like a 5-year-old's toy.
It is a 5-year-old's toy, but
It is,
that's,
but you know what I mean. It's going to be a huge success. I can tell you this right now because there's a lot of people out there that know Quake. And I tell
Oh,
people,
yeah.
like, the first game I ever designed or worked on was Quake 3 Arena. They go nuts. It's like, oh my god. And
Quake is one of those quintessential shooters that people don't really forget.
it is. It is.
It's right up there with GoldenEye for James Bond and Doom.
The games
and-
that really define
Yeah.
the genre.
Yeah,
Now, the first-person shooter technically was Wolfenstein, but
yeah, but
it didn't define the genre.
no, it
Doom-
set up the genre.
Yeah, it set it up. It introduced the world to what first-person shooters are.
Yes.
Doom and GoldenEye, like you said, those are the ones that define the genre.
Everyone knows at least or has at least played one of them.
Yeah. Or heard of them. If you're
Or heard
younger,
of them.
you've heard of them. They were
If you're
phenomenal
younger,
games.
Go ask your parents because they probably know.
Yeah. I
At
can't
least ask
tell
your father;
you.
he probably knows.
Even though I worked on Quake 3, I can't tell you how many hours I've put into playing it. And I'm really, really good at it. But I have a friend who's better than I am at it.
It's like tell your face to your friend who's better than you.
Yep. Thanks, Phil.
It's not me.
When we did a LAN party at Buffalo Game Space, shout out to Buffalo Game Space, guys. They're awesome. Look them up if you're in the Buffalo area. They did Quake 3 Arena for me, because of me, and we played all the maps I worked on, just to rub it in my face when I lost. Mind you, I got second and third place, but I think I beat Phil one time. Anyway, Square Enix. My biggest prediction with them, I don't know anything I don't have any NDAs or anything with them, so this is pure prediction here, based on experience. They are going to be announcing finally the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yes, and this is the news that I figured
they're going to announce the actual release date finally.
Yeah, this is the news to where if they only announce one of them from Bethesda, that I think will trump it.
They're going to do that. They're also going to announce Kingdom Hearts 4 or 3. That's the one my son is just going ape crazy about. That's a huge, huge title. It's one of their biggest selling titles of all time. Yeah, I don't play it either. My son is the biggest Kingdom Hearts fan I've ever met in my life. For Christmas, I asked him for a list. All he said was Kingdom Hearts stuff. That's it. I went all over town looking for it.
Did you ever show him a picture of the limited edition Kingdom Hearts PS4?
No. I'm scared too. I think he's probably seen it though. Okay, so that's my prediction with Square Enix. I think they're going to be doing some other little things. They might announce a new Final Fantasy. I know they've been working on one.
I don't know. It seems a little early to bring out a new Final Fantasy. Square
Enix has been really, really bad about releasing though. And I know that their schedule has Kingdom Hearts 4 be coming out before Final Fantasy VII Remake. However, Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be the biggest selling title of all freaking time. Why? Yeah. Because the first one was is the current record holder for the most sold title of all time.
Yeah, it is debatably, not in my opinion, but debatably one of the greatest game of all time. It is probably the greatest game of all time in my eyes, but other people have their own opinions. It is debatably one of the greatest games of all time.
It's my favorite RPG of all time, without a doubt, and with Chrono Trigger right behind it. If anyone announced the Chrono Trigger remake, I think I would lose my pants. That would just end it for me.
Who developed that?
I have to look it up. That game is so incredible. My son's actually been playing it on a ROM, and I've been sitting there watching him going, son, no, you gotta do that. No, son, you gotta do it this way. And, anyway, so for Sony, they're going to be playing heavily on their new VR system. They just released. They're going to be showing a lot of new titles for that. I don't know. I used to work for Sony. SCA, Sony Computer Entertainment America. God of War, Killzone, that kind of thing. ATV for Fury 3.
I did a lot. See some new trailers for their upcoming fall releases. I'm not really expecting too much from the show them.
We're definitely too soon for any kind of new system announcement, so that's not going to happen this year.
We might get a really cool game trailer from someone new, from some other game that can't think off the top of my head. That just some other developer comes out with. It's completely possible because they like to do weird things like that. Like that's how we found out about No Man's Sky, but that was a disaster on release.
Yeah, that was such a disappointment. I was so excited for that game. I love space stuff. I love that kind of thing. And I picked it up right away, and I played it for a week and thought, this is boring. I was so disappointed. I just missed the return date time frame, because that's the first time I've ever seen them give everyone free return for a limited period of time, and I almost took it. I wanted to take it. Unfortunately, I still have that disaster of a game. The developers broke up and left. They'd vanished. So there's nothing going to be coming out for it. It's dead. Unfortunately, it's one of the most hyped flops in gaming history.
Yep. I just thought of one other thing that could possibly, this is a very big stretch, possibly topple Final Fantasy VII announcement date.
What's that?
Steam announces Half-Life 3.
That won't happen. We know that. And the reason is, I could give you the whole spiel why they won't do a third.
Yeah, the developer doesn't work for them anymore. Anyways.
Yeah, I know.
That stuff.
But it's kind of like their shtick. I know people have been crying for Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
I liked Half-Life 2, but it wasn't the end all for me. It wasn't in my top 10 best games, that's for sure. Not even my top 20. But maybe the days I'll give you my top 20. Anyway, Sony, they're going to have some big titles. Like I said, mostly VR. They might push a new version of their PlayStation 4. But they're going to have it's going to be another title year. So we're going to see, which is much needed. Last year was devoid of that.
Yes, last year was VR hype.
Yeah. The year before that was massively huge. It was all about the titles. And that was the best E3 I could ever remember. And I've been following E3 since 1999 when it first started. I went to the second one in 2000. And it wasn't even a portion of the size it is today. And it grows. And it's getting too big for its britches.
Yep.
They're looking at different revenues for it, like actual football stadiums.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
Microsoft.
LA now,
Do you have any ideas for Sony? Because I'm kind of lost. Like,
what else could Sony possibly do? We'll probably get a teaser for the new Battlefield probably off it.
do you know what Sony's been doing that's been really ballsy, and I gotta say is amazing? They have been coming out with original IPs.
Yes.
And that's incredible for the game industry nowadays. And the reason why, IP means intellectual property. It means a new brand, a new type of game. Like they did one I really, really want to get. I just can't afford right now. That's the robot dinosaur one. I can't think of the name.
For Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh,
yeah, Horizon
that
Zero
is
Dawn.
So good. It's not dinosaurs, by the way, but it is so
They're
good.
robot-style dinosaurs, anyway.
They're not dinosaurs.
Okay, whatever. It looks like an incredible game. It's got great reviews. I want to play it so badly. I just cannot afford it right now.
It's so good.
Kind of lost my job.
Oh.
So this right here is my job. And I don't make anything at it. Anyway, so Microsoft, they've had a huge issue. Microsoft has been falling quite bad in the console sales. Really bad.
Not sure what they could announce that could change that.
They might do some. They just announced they got their new hardware system out, which people still don't care about because they just kind of,
or whatever it is.
They've been losing a lot of their third-party support, and that's what makes a system. A system is made by the third-party support. Nintendo is losing their third-party support. In fact, a big company recently announced they are not making games for Nintendo, even though they originally announced they were going to.
Oh, we'll also see teasers of probably how that's played a little bit at the Bethesda show.
Yeah.
We'll probably see how it's played on the Switch a little bit, but
they're probably going to go off of different things like Subnautica and stuff like that that's coming out for it. But Subnautica's early access currently with them. But Subnautica's also going to be doing a PS4 port. The devs have told me about that. I actually have devs come into my stream quite a bit talking to me about the game, so... yeah, you can find my stream information at the end of the show. Let me see here. But I don't really predict Microsoft's going to do anything that's mind-blowing. They might come out with their own VR headset. But I think what's going to happen, honestly, Justin, here's my big thing. Okay, Nintendo Switch is you know how Nintendo is a big gimmick company right now.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thinking that Sony and Microsoft are going to come out with some kind of answer to the Switch.
Nah.
You don't think so? Because I don't think the Switch really isn't doing that great in sales. Not as big as everyone predicted. It did pretty well. It really did, but they're losing third-party support hand and fist.
I think that's partially based on how they did their release. So
Bethesda's dropping out of third-party support with them.
And
that's one of the big ones that they were saying is coming with them. Yeah, Skyrim's coming out with it, but that's an easy port. Everyone's got Skyrim. Other than that, I'm thinking that EA is going to announce Sims 5. Or Sims Online, because I know that's been in development for a long time.
Yeah, it's been off and on in development for years. I don't think it's time for Sims 5 yet, because I don't think we've had enough expansions yet.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen... The Sim show I did last week was... I calculated it at $210 total for all the expansions and stuff packs and all that. Which is stupid expensive.
Let's see.
Battlefield 1 did not do as well as it should have because it's not a good game.
No.
You can tell by my review on Wednesday. I'm not going to give the score right now. But I don't really... It's going to be another title year. I don't see anything big coming out for hardware. There's not going to be any mind-blowing surprises except for Bethesda. And
Bethesda,
possibly Square.
And possibly who?
Square Enix.
Trying to think of who they might be paired with, but GameWorks is probably going to be paired with someone. Not sure who they'd be paired with for their reveal, but they got the new Warhammer game coming out.
Yeah, it's true, huh?
Yeah, you got the new Warhammer 40K RTS coming out, and I'm looking forward to it, but that's just because I like RTSs, so I'll be looking for that one.
Well, this is a Blizzard off year for BlizzCon, I believe, so they might be making an appearance at E3. Even though, see, but Blizzard is one of those companies I think is full of themselves, where they try to do their own little thing and not the big conventions. I know that, for instance, Bethesda has QuakeCon, their small convention they do, but they also do E3, which is freaking brilliant. I mean, but the Blizzard wants, if they want to get their heads out of their butts, they need to go to E3. They need to really make a presence there and actually give us something that's unique. All they've been doing is clones of other game styles, other games, and it's been really bad. I'm thinking though that they're going to finally announce their new MMO that they've been teasing for the last 8 years.
I thought they canceled that project.
They did say they canceled it, but I've got rumors that they picked it up again.
Huh.
Under a new IP.
Huh.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. I do think Blizzard's going to give us a shocker if they do make it to E3.
I don't think they will because they're still going to do BlizzCon. But
yeah, we'll see. Any final predictions before we call this a wrap?
Final Fantasy out for winter holidays. Final Fantasy VII Remake out in time for winter holiday sales.
I think that they're going to do Final Fantasy VII Remake begin for the first episode will be coming out first quarter next year. They're going to release the Keyblade game. Kingdom Hearts 3 at fourth
Son
quarter.
would be disappointed with you.
They're going to do Kingdom Hearts 3 fourth quarter. Not this year.
And Elder Scrolls 6 should be announced.
Yep, we covered that.
Yep. And
well, anyway, I'm gonna probably drag Justin on with me for that week of E3 if I can grab him, and we're gonna discuss the press events, each episode for each day, and give you guys the highlights and let you know what's going on and how we're losing our minds. It'll be fun episodes.
And how my jaw is still on the floor. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be a good one. It might rival 2015. It might surpass it. I'm hoping it surpasses it because we need that big time. Because after last year's lull, it's time for some good gaming. That's it for the show. Thank you, Justin, so much for joining us. You want to give me your information after the show, and I will put it up on the end credits?
Yep.
All right. And or you can just say it right now.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter on at Novosi, Nevosi, and pretty much any other major game you can think of. I'm probably on there with that handle. Yeah, that's about it.
Awesome. You guys know how to find me. It's in the credits. Thank you so much for joining us today on this beautiful Friday. I will talk to you guys on Monday, and that was mine and Justin's opinion.